See if you can get that knuckle out of there. Then it should just lift out of the bottom. Yep, like that. Boom! Oh yeah, we're gonna have to replace that too. Ball joint shot. Dang it. That's no fun. But while we're in here, might as well do it.
Yeah.
Get that race out of there so that we can put the new bearing inside of that one. That's our current challenge. Good times, right? You're going to want to be a mechanic when this is over, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Just make enough money to pay somebody to do it.
There you go. Hey, guys, it's Troy with DIY Home and Auto. I'm here with Skylar from
Keeping Up With Us.
Keeping Up With Us. We're doing a little collaboration. His car needs some love and
TLC.
Attention. It's a 2007 Kia Spectra5.
Yeah, so the hatchback version of the Kia Spectra.
Yep. And what he's got is a wheel bearing that's going bad on the front. So we've got it all completely torn apart. Now we're trying to figure out how to get the bearing race out of the knuckle, off of the spindle. I'm not even sure what these things are called. Making it up as we go.
Here's the knuckle.
There's the steering knuckle.
You can see the still in there.
Yeah, the bearing race, the bearing literally just pulled apart when we pulled that out. Used a slide hammer to pull it all apart. We'll show you how to put it all back together when we get all of the things figured out. So for now, let's show you the contraption we had to build in order to get the race off of what I'm calling the spindle. I don't know if that's the right term for that part. I don't know. It's the part that has the lug nuts on it. But what we've got here, see, so that's the part that has your lug nuts on it, your tire mounts to the outside of that. And this piece is the part of the bearing, and that was seated clear down on all the way down. So I'm using this little puller mechanism, but because it has a hole in it, we had to use something metal so that the center pin had something to push against. So I'm just using like a pry bar. And we've got it as far as it will go before it hits the pry bar itself. Now we've got to swap that out for some sort of a socket or something like that. So that's what we're going to do now. Get that thing the rest of the way off, and then we'll start working on getting the bearing race out of the steering knuckle itself.
Trying to.
Yeah, that's pretty rusted. Point, I don't have any hydraulic presses or anything fancy like that. That's what we're up against. Boom. Just like that. Nailed it. Finally got that thing off there. Let's see. What's it gonna take?
What's that?
Yeah, take that out. Putting big old gobs of metal on it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just gonna put several on there, give this something to really bang on. Holy crap, gonna start a fire.
No, I'm watching.
Let me put a little more on this first one that I did. Here.
How does it look? Ready to freaking bang on?
Yeah, start whacking on that thing. Let's see if we can whack them all. Let's use this instead.
Yeah, just because it slid off the handle.
Oh, that would do it.
That's probably better.
We're going to use a metal tuning fork instead, because why not? Ooh,
That feels way more.
That makes more noise too. That means something's happening.
I sure hope so. Hey, it's moving.
Is it?
Yes, it
Holy
is.
crap. Oh yeah. Dude, that guy's genius. I'm sending him a picture
Yeah, freaking send
of
him
my
some money
beautiful
too.
welds. Nice!
That was so easy.
Atta kid. Why didn't we call him like 4 days ago?
No kidding, like a week ago.
Is that gonna be too hot? Throw that up here, let's get a picture of it.
Hey, I don't know if it's hot still.
Yeah, check out that beautiful weld job.
I don't care how pretty it was.
That welder does pretty darn good, actually. Ooh, that is still pretty warm. Nice. All right. Send a picture of that to my buddy that gave us that idea. Just put some gobs of weld down in there, give it something to bite against. We used a tuning fork on a baby sledge. Pounded that sucker out of there like it's nothing. Atta kid, high fives. Woo! Yeah. Yeah,
Bearings,
for the
right?
back side of the thingy. So here we are back on Skylar's car. It's a couple days later. We finally got all the parts we need except for one clip. We just realized we need a new clip. But we're trying to get the lower ball joint out. We've got our ball joint press. There is a retaining clip that holds it in place, but that's got to come off so we can press the ball joint down and through. So now it's just a matter of finding the right parts. Oh yeah, see, there you go. Anyway, it's like a puzzle. You got to get all the right pieces in the right places in order to press that ball joint, and the ball joint presses down to get it out.
Because it can just press right on that thing, right?
Yeah, that's preferable actually. Yeah, that's awesome.
Just anything?
And then, well, you need something big enough to receive it. Maybe you try this guy here. Is that big enough to go around it? Oh yeah, there you go. And then you'll need something to press into. Yep, that guy. But to remove the retaining clip, you definitely need one of these little, I don't even know what these are called, pincher tool thingies. I don't know. Anyway, I'll put a link down below to this. You'll need that for this job. Absolutely, for sure. This is the outer race to the wheel bearing. We finally got it out of the knuckle. Then we used this to pound against. Of course it broke, but we used that to pound against to get the new bearing down, seated all the way into the knuckle. What we realized we need is the expansion ring, expansion clip to go in the back side of there to make sure that that bearing stays in place. So I've got to go try to track one of those things down somewhere. This is why mechanics have big muscles. Good thing you're a fireman.
Yes.
Well, think about poor me, I'm a desk jockey. When I do stuff like this, I'm sore for days.
Almost.
So it's almost seated, and we can move to the fun stuff. Not that this isn't fun.
It's not real fun though.
Can you see a gap? Remember, we got to get that retaining ring to seat down in it on the top side too.
Looks like there's not a gap.
Okay, so loosen it and then let's look at the top side and see if we can get that retaining ring to seat down in there. So we've been under a little bit of a time crunch on this thing. Skylar has to go back on shift tomorrow. So we just kind of got after it without videoing much of it. But we got the knuckle back in place. So I was able to get the car completely torn apart again, get the bad bearing back out of it. These small cars, I was talking to my brother who's a mechanic. These small front-wheel drive front bearings have to be pressed in. You can't pound them into place. That's the mistake we made. He was having basically the exact same issue he was having before we even started this whole thing. So I was able to get it apart fairly easy because we had just barely had it apart before. Pounded the old one out, bought a new bearing, and I took it down to a machine shop to have it pressed in. I'm gonna go pick that up now, get it put back together. Skylar took his great big trailer, you can see it's not there anymore, took his great big trailer and his tiny family and went camping. Enjoy your camping, Skylar. I'll have this put back together for you by the time you get back. it's done. Make friends, make connections, and then next time you're in a bind, I threw that guy some cash, and he's like, call it good. So, piece of cake. Let's go slam this thing in the car. All right, back from the machine shop. Just reverse order. Let's put this thing back together. Give it a good test run and make sure that everything is solid. I'm confident that we're going to get it this time. But let's put this thing together. I'll kind of show you step by step how we do that. Let's get after it before it gets too dark. Start feeding it through the axle. It's kind of step number one. Ball joint. Okay, there we go. I'm going to, don't forget your washer for the drive axle. Put the nut on just to hold everything kind of together for a second. And then we're going to line up for the strut mounts. See if we can get a couple of those bolts started. There we go. Top one's in. Lower ball joint needs lock washer and a nut. Oh, there we go. That wasn't so bad. Just had to pull on the strut instead of push on the knuckle. Boom, it's in. There you go. Okay. Those are 17s on both sides. I'm going to cheat and use air tools, but you can do all of this with just hand tools, basic hand tools. I'm just in a hurry. Go, 17. Hold that on the back side. That's German for torqued to spec. Find where your cotter pin goes through. It's got to go a little farther. Guten Titan. Torqued to spec. Okay, bend your cotter pin so it doesn't come out. Alright, let's get that guy tight. Let's see what size that is. It's a 32 millimeter. 32 millimeter. I hate being in a hurry doing this stuff, but I'm trying to beat the dark. Okay, there's that. That was quick. Oh, all this up and down off my knees. Hard for an old guy. Oh, here we go. That's far enough. Where's my pin? Here, cotter pin. Oh, there it is. Got it. Some people say you should never reuse a cotter pin. Yeah, whatever. What I say is inspect it and just make sure that it's not rusted and losing chunks off of it and stuff like that. And and you'll be fine. I like to leave the cotter pin with the long side out so that you can wrap that up around. Just grab it with needle nose pliers and pull, twist that around, and then press it so it's tight. And then the short end just bend in so it's not loose and flopping around. It's good and tight. Good and tighten. Port to spec. Let's see, this one's tight. Still got to tighten the lower ball joint. Make sure that's correct. Oh yeah, that's the one. Size 19. Alright, it's starting to tighten up. I'm using the open end of the wrench. I'm going to switch to the box end so that I don't have it slip off and round the corners at all. Gives me more confidence to really pull. I'll get that good and tight. Good and tighten. Alright, one more good tug like that and we should be good to go. Oh yeah, when it starts hurting your fingers, you know you've tightened it enough. Okay, let's see if the rotor rubs. Oh yeah, it's definitely touching at the bottom. So I'm just holding it in tight with my hand while I look. You want to make sure you have a good air gap all the way around the backside. That dust shield isn't rubbing on anything or you'll be taking your tire back off again to check it. It's pretty darn close along the bottom. If your car has anti-lock brakes, now's the time to install that sensor again. It's just a compressed fitting as well. Just gently tap it into the hole and then there's a 10mm that holds it in place. I gotta get a beaten stick real quick. Come here, man. Come here. There you are. Got it. Let's see if we can get that to go in. Oh yeah. Let's see if we can get this 10mm to through there. Tighten. Make sure you're going the right direction. Sheesh. Alright, and that's tight. That's not going anywhere. I think we're good. Oh, that's so much more firm than it was before. I'm going to put it in neutral so I can spin that and just double check the wheel bearing. Alright. Oh yeah, that is so much tighter. Definitely resolved the issue. Let's put this back together. Where are the holes? There we go. Double check the gap again. Make sure nothing's touching. All the way around, we're good to go. With the rotor back in place, we can take brake pad, dilly bob, thingy bobber. Holy crap, Skylar made this look easy. I'm having trouble getting that first bolt to start. Doesn't help that I'm blind as can be up close. Finally got the first one. Second one, perfect. Once you get the first one lined up, the second one's easy. Take it easy. Take it easy. And these are 17s as well. Again, guten Titan. Oh yeah, torque to spec. And last one. Oh yeah, guten Titan. Okay, last. Again, you don't want to put any pressure on that rubber hose at all. It becomes a problem real quick. And that will leave you stranded on the side of the road somewhere, so do not be that guy. Oh, I'm too low. It's got to come up. Oh, there we go. Imagine that as soon as it's lined up. Oh, he just wanted to know where we were at with this. I'm going to surprise him and have it just done before he even gets home from camping. Piece of cake. It's fine, Skylar. Just enjoy camping. This one is a 14mm. This one doesn't need to be nearly as tight as the first, as the bracket itself. What the? Thought that was almost tight. There we go. Here we go. Here we go. Just good and snug, which is different than guten Titan. All right, you guys are sitting on the tire, so I got to move you guys to a new spot. Tight as can be. You can hear the brake pads touching, but the bearing itself, quiet as can be. Oh yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right, let's take it for a spin. Get it heated up, let it cool down. Double check the tension on those bad boys, because after they heat up and cool down, you want to do that and make sure that nothing loosened up, because that does have a tendency to happen. Always double check. Let's go for a drive. So I'm sitting here editing this video that you're actually watching right this second, and I realized that I don't have an outro recorded for this yet. So if you'd like to support the channel, up here somewhere is going to be a link, also down in the description below, to some merchandise. Got some new t-shirt designs out there. Check them out, they're pretty cool. I appreciate all of your support. Also down below is links to Amazon. I'm an Amazon affiliate. When you use those links, I get a little bit of a kickback from Amazon. Doesn't cost you guys anything extra, but it helps support the channel. I appreciate that as well, all the support. But this is Troy with DIY Home and Auto. Thanks for sticking around to the end of the video, and we'll see you guys in the next one.